I'm sure most of us grew up hearing things like make sure you save your money, don't spend it all, especially for South Asian. I asked Yashada about this, and here's what she said. You were talking about being an impulsive shopper.
Yeah.
Right? Now, you obviously grew up in a South Asian household. Were you given that education about, spending, saving, investing, and all of that?
So investing, yes, because my parents they had a stock account set up for us when they were young. They were they're always urging us, okay, be smart with your money. Don't go spending too much. For me, it was just like my thought process was, okay, just think about what you buy. Don't spend too much money, and you'll be fine. And also, have your savings and everything. So you could argue to an extent that I didn't properly absorb all of the knowledge that my parents tried to instill in us. But you could also argue that because I grew up with parents who both grew up poor and who struggled with money in some way, shape, or form, that I saw the way they penny pinched and how it basically drove their entire lives, that I was just like, I ain't doing that shit. And this is something I hear quite often. When it comes to money, we don't always follow in our parents' footsteps. Some of us do, but a lot of us end up going to other extremes. Either we hold on very tightly or we just let go completely. It's not that I'm not trying to be cognizant of what they went through, but I am aware of the privilege I have. I am aware of the advantages I have, so I'm going to take advantage of my advantages. I'm going to make the most of what I can. So what happened was moved out. I was on my own, and you're alone for the first time in your life. You're trying to figure things out for yourself. So in that time, yes, I did struggle with trying to keep a rein in on the shopping, and also trying to determine between wants and needs. Because me being the data analyst nerd that I am, I ended up building this entire new spreadsheet for myself to help control my finances, because I was like, you know what? No, I need to explicitly see everything. I need to keep track of every single dollar I'm spending. And I was doing well for a time. But then I lost my job twice, and because my anxiety is such a bitch, I could not bring myself to look at my spreadsheet or track any cent that I was spending during that time, because I was just like, I can't do it. I don't want to look at how much money I'm spending and how much I don't have. And that's why these conversations matter so much, especially when our kids are young. Because just saying be smart with your money, it sounds great, but it's actually very vague. It doesn't teach them how to be smart with money. What really helps is showing them step by step. Start early. The first time they get an allowance or even money as a gift, open a bank account for them. Teach them something simple. Save a portion and enjoy the rest. As they get older, build on that. When they're around 16, encourage them to get a job. It teaches them the value of hard work and what it actually takes to earn money. When they go to college, help them get a secured credit card so they can start building credit responsibly. And as they step into adulthood, it's time to start having serious conversations about things like 401ks, Roth IRAs, and retirement. Because confidence with money doesn't happen overnight. It's built step by step. And honestly, financial independence is financial freedom.